Hey there, legendary souls. So, this week we have our last quarter moon in Sagittarius, starting our week off on March 3rd. And then the moon is going to continue to wane through the signs of Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius before we get to our new moon in Pisces next week. So, in this reading today, we're going to check in with Luna, with the moon, and get a sense of how she's moving and what energies she's picking up and what energies she's slowing down within, and what she's offering for us to do to align with her. So we'll say a prayer, we'll get into our reading. All right. Divine Alchemist, angels and archangels, well ancestors for the viewer's highest good, well ancestors for my highest good, and the energy of the moon. We are so grateful, and we just are so thankful for how you are continuously in our lives, how you move with us, how you support us, how you guide us, how you support us in our healing and on our journeys. Luna, we ask that your energy comes through very clearly in this reading. We ask that we hear from you in a way that creates a sense of resonance within each viewer as they're watching, as they're listening, as they are picking up what you have to say. Please allow for me, Spirit, to have clear and concise, if possible, because Mercury is in Pisces, things to say. May the words that come out of my mouth, may the sentiments that come from my heart, may they be palatable, may they be digestible, may they be nourishing to the viewer. And may they also offer me healing, any healing that I need. We thank you so much for all that you have done, all that you're currently doing, and all that you're going to do in service of these intentions. And please bless this reading. Ashe. So, with the last quarter moon in Sagittarius, we have this energy here, third quarter moon, that adjustments are required. Sagittarius is also a mutable energy. So even though adjustments are required, nothing is set in stone. So if you're looking at this last quarter moon, this third quarter moon is actually the ending of our lunar cycle since the new moon in Aquarius. So if the intentions that you set with the new moon in Aquarius feels like they haven't come to pass, or it feels like you're still in progress or in process with them, or you're not quite sure that you set intentions that felt clear and easy for you to move within and move on, this week might be feeling kind of crunchy. You might be noticing that some insecurity or self-doubt might be coming up a bit more. You might be noticing that regret or remorse might be coming up a bit more. You might be noticing that it's so much easier for you to compare yourself to others, or to compare yourself to a past version of you, or to the future version of you that you wished that you were at right now. So this is a really good week to try to be easy on yourself. And if you're noticing these things, to set an intention to release self-judgment so that you can invite in more self-love, you can invite in more self-compassion, because the moon moves so quickly. And some lunar phases, some lunar cycles, we're on it. We're on it with the new moon, we're on it with the full moon, we're on it with the first quarter moon, the last quarter moon, and we are seeing how aligning with Luna moves us into new chapters of our life. And there are some lunar cycles where we're like, what is time? Where am I? What's going on? I'm not quite sure. And we see those effects as well in our life. So, first of all, just wherever you're at, give yourself some grace because you're likely practicing something a bit new, or you're reconnecting to something that feels so ancient and so ancestral that you might need some time to adjust and to make space for it within the life that you have now, you know? So let's read about the third quarter moon. Adjustments are required. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. I definitely feel that. I wonder if you do too. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there's also a lot of negativity, and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about or thinking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecasted now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also be a crisis of faith, a tower moment right now, which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. Pay attention to what comes up this week. To attune to the moon, an affirmation for you is, I am reevaluating the situation. You might be feeling out of balance in some area of your life, and you're noticing where and how it's causing issues for you. So this is a really good week to sit down or go for a walk, especially because it's Sagittarian energy. So it can be very restless. Sagittarius rules the thighs. So you might really be very interested in engaging your legs this week, especially Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So follow that if your intuition is guiding you to do so. Go for a walk or sit down, whatever feels right. Maybe do a combination of things, and allow for yourself to dream up a new plan. Revisit the plan that you had before around whatever area of your life feels out of balance, and tweak it, edit it, add to it, take away from it. What isn't working? This is a really good week to be honest with yourself about what isn't working. The sun in Pisces is still conjunct Saturn, so all of Pisces season is going to be feeling like a reality check. This is not the time to do the Piscean shadow energy of escaping yourself, your body, or your life. This is the time to look at the hard things, to face them, and to just be true with yourself. Be honest with yourself about what you're feeling, what doesn't feel right, what feels right, and what you want more of and what you want less of. Because you can do something about it, especially at this time. There's so much divine energy that's supporting you. An additional meaning of this card is something new and exciting is around the corner. I wonder if you can feel that. I've been feeling that around Aries season. Aries season is going to have a really powerful eclipse towards the start of it, like around the new moon in Aries. And Aries season is also the beginning of our astrological year. So there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy coming through, and it feels very new. It feels very exciting. An additional meaning of the card, trust may be required to move this situation forward. So notice which meaning, resonates with you. If you need to revisit a plan, edit a plan that you have, if it's an affirmation of faith that something new and exciting is around the corner, or if that trust is required. You'll know what feels best, you'll know what feels right if you just check in, right? You'll just feel which one or which ones resonate most. Let's read about the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. So this is going to be really helpful for those of us who are in the process of setting a new plan, and for those of us that are sensing that trust may be required. Mutable is all about change, shape-shifting. It means that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and that there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state, wonderful. It means that you can still change the course of the outcome. So if you are resonating with forming a new plan or revisiting a plan that you've had before, try not to get down on yourself. This is a great time to revisit the plan. This is a great time to edit the plan. We don't have to do everything perfectly the first time. Like your life is as beautiful and as long as you embrace it to be. So getting it right on the first time, that's some capitalism stuff, right? That is from a lack mentality. That is saying that life is too short. So if we have to revisit a plan, we're somehow doing something wrong. We're somehow wasting time. Time is a resource that is on your side if you see it that way. So I invite you to, if that resonates, I invite you to experience a sense of joy or curiosity or receptivity or neutrality, whatever comes up around, wait, I get to revisit this plan? Like, I get to keep playing with this thing. I get to keep discovering. I get to keep learning, you know? Let's see, where was I? There's also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. That's very possible. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. You can do something to create more stability within it. And for others of us, we might struggle with the uncertainty. There might be many crises coming up right now, whether one or a few this week or this time that we're in. There might be a lot of things that are shifting and changing, and it might make you feel like the ground is moving underneath your feet. So that amount of uncertainty can be very destabilizing. It can really cause us to go off center and make us feel out of balance. And I invite you to go for a walk or to put your feet in an Epsom salt soak or bath. I invite you to take a bath. I invite you to light a candle and gaze at the candle, at the fire, at the flame. Connect with an element, because elements have a lot of reliability to them. Nature is changeable, but also has a lot of reliability to them. The moon as well changes phases and has a lot of reliability. The sun, you might see the sun today, you might not see the sun today, but you know it's still there. So it has a lot of reliability. Check in with the things, the elements, the environment that has a sense of reliability so that your body can experience a sense of trust. When we're freaking out, right? Like internally, when we're feeling very panicky, very anxious, very overwhelmed by a sense of uncertainty, it's because we're not sure where to put our faith, where to put our trust. We're not sure what is stable. it sends us into a triggered space where everything starts to look destabilized. But the sun rises every day. The moon rises and sets every day. Did you know that the moon sets? I saw that the other day. I was like, there's a moon set? The moon rises and the moon sets every day. The sun rises and the sun sets every day. If you're near a forest preserve, if you're near a body of water, that's still going to be there, most likely tomorrow. If you know, like, you light a candle, there's going to be a little flame there. Like, there's just this sense of there are some things that can be reliable. There are some things that you can trust. So check in with the things that you can trust. If you have a plant and you talk to it and you water it and you love on it and it's connected to you and this is the time it's meant to thrive, it will keep being there. It will keep growing, right? So there are things that are reliable. So look for the things that are steady. If you're feeling very unsteady, destabilized, if there's a lot of crises popping up, look for the things that are steady. An affirmation for you to attune to the moon. The mutable moon. I know that the best will unfold for me. Repeat that as many times as you need. I know that the best will unfold for me. Additional meanings for this card. You are meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Staying adaptable is the key to success right now. Make sure you're not being led astray. Sometimes the person meandering is someone that you're following. Check in with your gut, check in with your intuition. Is the place that you're about to go with whomever you're following, does your intuition say yes or does your intuition say no? Do you feel more fear or do you feel more joy and ease? Just check in. Stay with it, whatever it means to you. And lastly, have you become distracted? If so, it's time to focus. I'm into these messages. Let's see. Now we're looking at the waning moon. What do you need to release? So all week long, the moon is going to be in a waning phase as we prepare for the new moon in Pisces. It's going to be decreasing in our ability to see it in the light that it's receiving from the sun. Where are you at? Weird. I don't think it's in here. That's strange. Let me triple check. Oh, it's in a whole nother section. How interesting. Oh, okay. What do you need to release? For me, I need to release the assumption that something is not available to me. I was just like, it must not be in the book. It's a misprint. I have the one misprint of all of the copies everywhere. That's where my mind went. So let's find out what you need to release. The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a sign that a situation has peaked, for better or for worse, and it's time for you to go easier. I love that for you. It's the autumn and the winter of a cycle, so what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you let something go and stop trying so hard. Your affirmation, it's safe to let go and move on. Additional meanings. Move forward with as little resistance as possible. This is not the time to start new projects. If you want to start something new, like brand new, I recommend that you try to start it next week, not this week. Next week is the week of the new moon. We're trying to attune to the moon. Release emotional baggage. This is recommended right now. An additional meaning of this card, say sorry to someone. Ooh. You know, sometimes, I think especially like healers and empaths, sometimes, depending on the situation, sometimes we're the one sitting in a posture of, well, they need to apologize to me. And they might need to. And they might not. So what you can do is you can say sorry. You might not choose to say sorry to a particular person that you believe owes you an apology, but maybe there's a different person that comes to mind. Or maybe you come to mind as someone who deserves an apology. Maybe you want to apologize to yourself. An additional meaning, do meditation or yoga as energy work. It feels like a really good week for meditating or for yoga. It's like a really good week. Yeah. And lastly, soon you will see what lies ahead. If you're someone who feels like they really need to know what's going on at all times, they need clarity, you need clarity, this might be a harder week for you because you might not be able to see what's happening. You might feel it, but you might not be able to see it all. It's okay. The moon is about to be new, so there's literally less light that the moon is receiving. There's less light that our intuitions are receiving. There's less light in terms of our feeling natures. This is a really good time for shadow work. It's a really good time to go within, to do energy work, to rest more, take a nap, take it easy, release a sense of having to do too much, giving yourself more breaks, whatever you can do. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. This is really reminding me of is there some, like, this energy of apology. This person, it feels like their posture is, they know what they did. They know what they did. And they couldn't hack it. They couldn't show up to this altercation or conflict that we were having, and that's their issue. I know who I am. I know where I'm coming from. Adjustments are required. This is under adjustments are required. I love this energy with the best of them. And this is also, you might discover that you feel pretty lonely in this energy. You might discover, dang, those are like my best friends. Are they really just gonna keep walking away? Like, what can I say? What can I do? Or what do I need to offer to myself to accept that this is the state of things right now? Adjustments are required. Things aren't yet set in stone. Something might change. Maybe you don't have the energy right now because this is a week to rest more, to be the person to apologize, or to be the person probably yet again to try to rectify things, to try to pull things together, to try to be the person in the middle mediating conflict and disagreements that sometimes might not have anything to do with you. That's okay. That's okay. Adjustments are required. Things aren't set in stone yet. The Fool. There's a new beginning coming. If there's a particular conflict that feels cyclical and it keeps happening within a friend group, a family dynamic, in a work environment, any place where you are just around a group of people, where you have some sense of an aligned purpose together, there's a new start happening. Three of Wands. So this new start is something that you've been waiting for quite some time. And you can feel it. If you really tune into yourself, you can feel that something new is happening. Something new is coming. The King of Pentacles. It's a really good time for you to focus on what abundance means to you. Abundance might include these people. Abundance might include a sense of forgiveness or a sense of harmony with these particular people. Abundance might also include you experiencing a sense of contentment or ease. Focus on the things that you have a sense of agency over. Other people have free will. They might need more time to digest this conflict. They might see things in a different way. They have different journeys than you do. What does abundance mean to you? What aspects of abundance can you align to in the meantime while you're waiting on this new beginning? Whatever those are will usher in your new beginning, and you're the Empress. So you're the King of Pentacles and the Empress, and I love this because this also feels like your divine masculine and your divine feminine energy are sitting in a space of harmony, literally side by side one another. So your ability to receive and allow and be open to divine timing, and your ability to make things happen, your ability to set intentions and to plan and to take inspired action, they're coming together. Your ability, you are creating something within this time. You are seeding something within this time, right before this new beginning, and this conflict was a part of it. So please see that. Please know that this isn't something we're trying to cut out or cut off. This crisis, this conflict is a part of the new beginning. It's a part of the blessings. It's a part of you getting into a deeper relationship with the parts of you, your divine feminine and your divine masculine. We have the Two of Swords. It's really important that you trust your intuition. It's really important. The Three of Pentacles. So if these folks are people that you collaborate with, that you work with, or in any way that feel, like we said, connected to your abundance, your idea of abundance, your concept of abundance, trust your intuition on what to do next. There were so many meanings for these cards that came out above, right? There was say sorry to someone. Maybe you're saying sorry to someone else. Maybe you're saying sorry to yourself. There was, I don't even remember them all. There was knowing that something new and exciting is coming. There was doing energetic work for yourself. So doing the meditation. Maybe you find a meditation that supports you in in accepting what is. Maybe you find a meditation that is all around forgiveness. Maybe you find a meditation that helps you feel more grounded in your body. We were talking also about the elements, right? That because there are many things with this conflict, with this crisis, that are feeling up in the air, that are feeling overwhelming, that may be feeling destabilizing and unsteadying for you. Focus on what is reliable. Go outside, be in nature, sit with the elements, engage with the elements. These things are reliable. What I'm seeing for you is through trusting your intuition, not only will this conflict be resolved, and resolution can look a number of ways. Sometimes resolution is reconciliation. Sometimes resolution is you go it on your own. They go it on their own. But it's a resolve. It's something that's no longer you're no longer questioning when you see that someone isn't in your life anymore. Like you know that this is what it is. So within, however the situation resolves, whatever harmony looks like in this next chapter for this new beginning, know that there's going to be a tremendous amount of growth for you in terms of your creativity, in terms of your mastery. There's like something that you are working on that really means so much to you. And I want to say it's beyond a passion project. It really means so much to you. It feels like you're gonna open up a whole new way of thinking. You're gonna open up a whole new way of creating. You're going to break open or disrupt a whole industry. There's something that you do that's so revolutionary and so different, and so remarkable and so unique in terms of others. Like what I'm hearing is there is no competition when it comes to you. People might try to compare themselves to you. You might try to compare yourself to other people, but there is no comparison. There is no competition. Through this process, this conflict, these new beginnings, what you're waiting on, your divine feminine and masculine, really just being with one another more so, being in greater harmony within. You trusting your intuition is leading to more focus. That was one of the messages. If you'd become distracted, it's time to focus. It's contributing to you having more focus towards what it is that you want to create in your life. And it might be especially hard if you imagined or desired for you to create these things with these people. And right now, things are up in the air. Right now, there's conflict. Right now, there's a crisis of sorts. You might end up needing to take the grief that you have, the anger that you have. You might need to take that energy, even the anxiety that you have. You might need to take that energy and transmute it into the professional growth, the creative growth. You might need to collaborate and commune with your guides more so than anyone else. You might need to collaborate with different parts of you more so than anyone else right now. There's something that you're building, and if there's any limiting belief that you have around you can't build it on your own, that's one of the things that gets to be released. All right, so this message is feeling complete. It's feeling like I could talk for another 30 minutes, so I'm going to say it's complete right now. I hope that this was clarifying for you. I hope that you found something resonant for you and encouraging. And take really good care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the future. Bye.